Well, what a shocker, and what a surprise!
I'm back!
At Disneyland!
Summer 2018 has been a bit of a challenge for me.
I had some epic road trip travel plans for this summer that had to be canceled.
Because lawyers aren't free and I got a court case coming up.
It's a custody case, so there's lots of reliving things, lots of fighting against being depressed, being anxious.
But the upside to being down and out at the moment
is that I've got a chance to spend a lot more time home this summer being around Disneyland.
I never get sick of this place because there's just too many options on the menu.
You can come here for the rides, you can come for the food,
for the charming atmosphere and wonderful theming,
or even come to Disneyland to fanboy out and get nerdy
about Disneyland history, something I've always been passionate about.
But I gotta tell you, lately my passion's been totally reignited on that subject.
Being home so much has meant I've been putting my nose into old books, old maps,
dozens and dozens of old photographs.
And I recently completed a video in Fantasyland
comparing the Fantasyland today with the Fantasyland of the 1950s and old family photos.
And now I'm all riled up.
And I've been digging through dozens of old photographs to show you how things like this used to look completely different back in different eras of Disneyland's history.
To put it in American picker terms, not only have I discovered a few honey holes of photos like that,
so that I can make those sweet, sweet comparisons,
but people have also been emailing me some really great scans of old photos they've got.
So last time I mostly used family photos, but I've got some pretty cool stuff cooking up. It's in the works.
I actually probably shouldn't have shown you that picture yet. I'm supposed to be saving it.
But anyways, people can come here for the rides or the treats
or the history or recapturing old family memories
or the wonderful environments and crazy good theming. There are many forms of magic to enjoy here at Disneyland, but for a lot of people,
there's some magic on that to-do list that I very rarely have ever indulged in.
Because for a lot of people, a big part of the fun at Disneyland is doing some shopping.
Now for some reason, I very rarely, if ever, think about Disneyland shopping.
I think it's partly because when I came here as a kid, we lived pretty close by. There was no urgency to stock up on souvenirs.
And not a lot of money to do it with.
But if we were really, really good and we didn't cry at the end of the day when we had to go home,
and we didn't pester mom and dad too much,
my brother and I would be allowed to pick out one souvenir. You know, something under $5, definitely under $10. And for me personally,
that souvenir was something I would almost always pick up
as we would leave the park through this tunnel. I wasn't big on sports, I wasn't big on Hot Wheels, I was big on action figures. And for weeks after visiting Disneyland, my brother and I would play Disneyland with all of our toys. And the souvenirs that would help me out with that the most were found right here at the newsstand.
Today they've still got all kinds of products over here, but back in the 80s and the early 90s,
held a whole bunch of different rubber or PVC little plastic figurines of Mickey, Goofy, Donald, Pluto.
All of those classic Disney characters. I see lots of little affordable knickknacks, but I don't see anything quite like those little figurines today. Man, those little guys were great, and I would play with them year after year. I've never even managed to find them on eBay, but they were some of my favorite toys. So believe me when I say I can appreciate the value of a good souvenir. But other than those little figurines and those little tiny flashlights where you rotated that little dial to turn it off and on, you know, the little keychain ones, or you'd squeeze some of them. Other than those couple of things, we never really got to spend money at Disneyland. But even today, I forget just how many wonderful things are in here. Today's kids have a lot more merchandise to choose from. Especially them Pixar-loving kids. You can get little figurines of the cast of an entire movie now. Or you can upscale your purchase for full-on action figures or replicas of the actual toys from the movie. What do you think of that, huh? Potato Head? Oh yeah, they got a bunch of toys for the action figure-loving kids, the plush toy-loving kids, even the boxing puppet-loving kids. Oh yeah, plenty of options. Every year they come out with a bunch of different merchandise with that year on it. Look at this, they even have 2019 stuff coming up. I gotta tell you, the 2018 logo is a lot better than the logo for some of those earlier years. The logo with the years on it used to be extremely ugly, but this new one's not that bad. They're putting it on everything now. Autograph books, little miniature trucks, tiny little onesies, aw. Even on the sides of your mini ears. Oh, hats, shirts, sweaters, towels, shot glasses. Oh wait, it's Disneyland. They're toothpick holders. Final characters, refrigerator magnets, Christmas ornaments, license plate brackets, antenna ball Mickey ear hats, basically. If you love 2018 and just can't get enough of it, then boy
boy, is this the store for you.
Oh, just let me sip my 2018. Good year.
All right, I know how much you guys love 2018, but check out these cups over here. Those are amazing.
I love all the retro Disney art.
Ah, look at that. That is gorgeous looking. And again, they've got it on towels and sweet 90s looking ringer tees and sweaters and hats. Ooh, and this epic little string backpack type thing right there. I just love that art style.
Now, as you guys know, I love wearing my R for adventure hat.
I always wanted to wear a Disney hat, but the pickings used to be pretty darn slim.
This just wasn't my favorite look.
However, nowadays, that is no longer a problem. There are hats galore. Floppy hats, cutesy hats,
Frank Sinatra's hats.
all kinds of baseball hats, America-loving hats, hats that accurately describe my brain, shiny hats, rainbow hats, comic hats, Slim Shady hats, floppy sun hats, and check these out for kids. Those are pretty cool Mickey hats.
Speaking of which, they came out with a cool Mickey hat for grown-ups like us.
Disney has finally come out with an official Mickey Ears baseball hat.
I know a lot of people have been custom making these for years, including my friend Cinema Sickness.
But finally, Disneyland has seen the light and created an official version with Mickey's signature right on the back. All of that, and we're not even scratching the surface of the whole Mickey Ears hat selection. They have really ramped things up in that department.
Some people would say this is going too far, but others would say, not far enough.
There are Mickey and Minnie ears of every type now, especially those mini ears. So many forms and color schemes.
So many sequences of sequins.
So much headgear, almost too much.
I think I'll just stick with Old Faithful for now.
Oh boy, if hats and sweaters and shirts weren't enough, they've also got a lot of other types of products.
A Mickey glove wall hook.
A pleather Mickey Mouse container box. Ooh, how about an oven mitt?
Okay, full disclosure, I actually have a couple of these.
But who wouldn't want them, huh? You got Mickey's glove right there.
You can get a Mickey Mouse train stopper.
Oh, a Mickey Mouse thingy to hold the thingies. Coasters. Really cute teapots. Spatulas. Muffin molds.
Salt and pepper shakers, anyone?
Sandwich stamp and crust cutter set. Okay, that's unusual.
Spoon?
Cookie cutters, even a... Ooh.
What happened to Mickey's head?
Oh no, we can fix this. We can fix this. Oh, okay, here it is.
Gently, gently.
Oh, it's gonna be okay, Mickey.
I don't know, looks a little big.
What in the world is that supposed to be? Toothpick holder, I guess? Weird. Oh boy, there's a lot of glassware in here, but check these out. Ooh, there's a lot of glassware in here.
Including some hipster Mickey mugs.
Gotta be honest, not a huge fan of that, but you know what I do like?
Are all these epic mugs that not only have the Disneyland D for a handle, look at that!
They've got attraction blueprints like the Haunted Mansion here or Main Street Station here.
Blueprints on the mugs. Look, there's the castle.
Oh, and way down the bottom is Space Mountain. Can you guys tell that these lights are
pulsating?
See them pulsating there? Whoa.
Starting to totally freak me out, man.
Whoa, the cup madness didn't end back there. Look at all of these. They got straws. They got sippers. They've got roses and glitter. Every kind of cup for every kind of human imaginable. Look at all these coffee mugs. See, this is why it would be very difficult to be a Disneyland coffee mug collector. There are just so, and I mean so, many mugs. Some of them are pretty cheesy, get it? Mouse jokes. Some of them are really cool.
Almost all of them are really cute.
Just literally something for everyone over there.
Ooh, look at this. Character blankets.
Got your Mickey, your Minnie, your Duffy, your Stitch down there. Lots of other blankets, some Small World blankets, some Mickey blankets.
Definitely nice to stay warm.
And look at this, you can get a photo of yourself with your blanket and put it in one of these epic photo frames.
Oh no, that's my picture in there.
I've been framed! And that is how you make terrible jokes, people. Ooh, look at this. Lots of jewelry here at Disneyland. Little rings with large security devices on them. Birthstone necklaces. Lots of new stuff here. Rings, bracelets, necklaces. Whatever in the world this thing is with Slinky Dog on it. Some of this stuff is very charming. Get it? Charming. Oh, Peter and Wendy in the window. Oh, look at the Peter Pan pocket watch. Ooh, those are pretty cool. Matt had a ring? Winnie the Pooh bling?
A ring ding-a-ding?
Ooh, lots of new stuff to woo Bae with if she likes jewelry.
I think I just said Bae. That was weird.
Up, and look at this now. More clothing.
This is where you can get some tight threads.
I don't know what that means, but the youths on my street say that that's the cool way of talking.
Now, I don't know about the ladies' clothing, but it used to be for us dudes.
I'd come back to this back corner in the Emporium,
Emporium. You more or less have this small selection of shirts.
Not a terrible selection, but not vast.
But one change that they've made to the Emporium that I really like
is that way over in the front of the store,
they finally come up with a t-shirt wall.
It's got a fairly good selection of unisex tees over here.
Now the selection's small at present, but this is a great idea.
They should have been doing this in all the parks for years.
A Hot Topic style wall
where you can find your shirt.
This is a very good start. Now they just need a 10 times bigger wall with every shirt design on it.
Because it'd be pretty nice for once to go into one store and be able to find every shirt that you've seen throughout the park.
And be able to grab your size.
Whoa, look at that design up there. Dude, that is a sweet shirt. Look at that.
That reminds me a little bit of the old Disney VHS logo.
And I would have never seen it if it hadn't have been up there on the wall.
That's awesome. There's a bigger selection of everything. Look at the antenna balls, for instance.
I can remember when this was all they had, and this seems so crazy and exotic. That's awesome. They have a wider selection of literally everything. Look at the antenna balls, for instance. So much selection. I mean, they've even got Dumbo ones, and Mike and Sully ones, and Dory and Marlin, or Nemo, or whoever's in there.
Wait a minute. What car has two antennas?
I couldn't buy one of these sets. It would be too hard to choose who goes on the antenna. Oh yeah, man. If you think about it, there's a lot of car accessories here.
And again, all this has just been in one store.
And we haven't even talked about all the keychains.
There's a lot of them. Some with very special features.
Some of these are really funky and cute. Look at this Mickey. It would not be hard to find a keychain here. It would be hard
to choose a keychain here.
Look at this over here. These aren't exactly keychains. A little large for a keychain, but look at some of them are full-on princesses with cloth dresses, and some of them are your favorite Disney treats.
You really want your keys on this? You really want to be carrying this around all day? It's gonna make you so hungry.
This one just scares me though, because it looks like it's covered in gluten.
Some of these keychains, and I use that term very loosely, are just full-on stuffed animals.
This seems more like something you clip onto your backpack, you know what I mean?
They've got these, they've got metal keychains over here.
This one is particularly cool. Here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy. Not to mention, whoosh, that Indiana Jones style whip, and ooh, the keys to the kingdom.
See, now if you don't have any keys, you don't have to be left out of the whole keychain game, because these keychains come with keys.
Gotta love Disney, always being so inclusive. Whoa, look at all these wacky Disney pens.
So many, with so many different shapes.
I think they got this idea from Glove World.
The pens are pretty cool, but some of the pencils are downright goofy.
Dude, this is all just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, even when I was talking about mini ears, I didn't get a chance to show you half of the ones just in this one store. Much less talk about the bubble wands or the rest of the magnets or bracelets or keychains. I really ought to look at the merchandise more often because there's a lot of stuff in there I've never seen before.
I haven't even got to all the stuffed animals and such.
There's millions of them now. Like, look at all these blanket babies, like little baby Bambi here. Just think, someone out there is probably collecting Disney babies. I loved stuffed animals when I was a kid. I always referred to them as puppets,
which is exactly how I treated them.
Other than my action figures, these guys were my best friends. Basically, the action figures by day and the stuffed animals by night. And I've got to admit, I kept them for a long time. Way longer than I should have.
I still have some of my stuffed animals in a tub in my storage. I can't throw them away. They're my friends.
But we never really had the Disney plushes when we were growing up.
Kind of pricey, you know, for the authentic article here.
Maybe that's why I've always had the strongest urge to buy every cool-looking Disney stuffed animal, even though I have nowhere to put them.
But I mean, look at this. It's Chip and Dale, friends.
And how can you resist Piglet or bigger Piglet?
Now, what about a plush Zoloft, huh? Everybody needs a little Zoloft.
Baymax likes the joke.
Julio?
Nah. Whoa, I have wandered into Doll Town over here.
Got big old baby dolls.
Barbie-style princess dolls, miniature versions of the same. Then you've got these pretty cool princess, almost action figure style things. You got the Beast over there, there's Aladdin and Jasmine.
Oh, how charming. Get it? Because of Prince Charming?
And they've even got these little Polly Pocket style small buildings right there.
That was pretty cool, other than the glitter on the roof. Even I would have liked to have this as a kid.
Oh, look at this. Every time I see this crown jewel right here, I want it. I have nowhere to put it, nowhere to display it, and it's
you know, it's a little pricey. If you were a kid, how fun would it be to have your own Disneyland castle playset?
Oh, that would have been awesome. Ooh, Gaston's bow and arrow.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
And look at behind Gaston, it's Merida's bow and arrow. I love the toy shop part of the Emporium. I love all the old Disney window decoration characters up there. I love the train that goes around and comes up with a pretty surprising hidden Mickey.
Every third time around the track. That's over there, though.
But mostly, I still love looking at all the toys.
Sick light-up bubble gauntlet.
Whoa. See, that was not available to me in the 80s. I would have gone insane for that.
Then you just press the button for the bubbles once it's connected.
And look at all these superheroes and superhero weapons.
Yeah, I definitely don't remember there being this many weapons at Disneyland when I was a kid.
Although we did have toy guns here back then, and rubber knives, stuff like that.
They don't sell toy guns and knives anymore, just toy rocket launching gloves and punching gloves.
Not to mention lightsabers.
Careful with those, you could lose a hand.
The train's about to do the hidden Mickey.
Look at that, up at the water tower. How epic was that, huh? Gotta love this room. It's the ultimate toy room.
Just for the old Disney history strewn about the top of it alone.
And look at all those characters. There's even Robin Hood and Maid Marian up there. So many old Disney favorites from the past. They got Mickey Mouse action figures in here now. Yeah, it's a good thing they didn't have this when I was a kid, or I would have done a lot more whining than I already did to my poor parents.
There were no Millennium Falcon toys available for me in the early 90s.
Although in the 80s, I did get a sweet little rubber R2 unit
from the Star Trader in Tomorrowland.
That was my only Star Wars toy as a kid, and I loved it.
You know how helpful R2 can be until you've seen him with the Ninja Turtles.
Man, there's so much new stuff all the time now.
Oh, including a lot of new jewelry and a lot of new smells in here.
Ooh, I don't know where it's coming from, but there's definitely some scents on sale somewhere in here.
Unless that's me.
No, it's definitely the perfume.
Oh, here it is.
Ah, it's that same stuff they sell in Norway at Epcot. I like that smell.
Definitely better than my usual musk.
Whoa, check out all the handbags and purses. Here's a particularly evil one.
Darkwing Duck t-shirts are in here.
Of course they would keep those with all the fancy stuff, huh? Alright, well clearly I need to keep myself a lot more updated on Disney merchandise.
I remember in the lead up to the 60th anniversary, they always had the same merchandise year after year after year.
But it seems like since then they have definitely ramped up their merch game.
Oh, the merchandise presence is much stronger now.
And that's saying something, because we're talking about Disneyland. They have always had a strong merch game.
And now there's just such an insane amount of choices.
If you gave a kid 10 or 20 bucks today and told them to pick one thing, how in the world could they choose?
Too many choices. I gotta get out of here.
Whew, luckily I don't have any money today, so I am not forced to choose.
So much awesome stuff in there. Oh boy!
I gotta wash off all that merchandise with a little parade action. Hey, Sully!
Oh, Mike Wazowski!
We got a 2319! Oh, how incredible is this over here?
No, not them!
I mean Jack over there who keeps shooting fire out of his head! Someone put out the baby! The baby's on fire! No!
Alright, guys!
I think that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for me today.
Disneyland has got another birthday coming up in just a couple of days.
So I'm trying to cook up something extra special for the occasion.
And then right afterwards, finally, will be the last day of this whole court case thing. So hopefully that'll be over one way or the other.
And we can start moving forward. In the meantime, thanks for coming down to the park with me today and checking out some of the epic merchandise on display down here at Disneyland.
Stay tuned for our further adventures here, especially if you like Disneyland history.
Because we are gonna have some doozies coming up, let me tell you.
But for now, I think we've all done our duty. So it's time to go home and sleep well.
See you real soon.
Look at this inside of Starbucks. There's even more mugs. This is mug madness. Mug madness. Mug madness. There's even mini mugs. Mini mugs are one of the many mugs available here with all the other mugs.